Let's check another topic for the compulsory question of paper 1, question number 2, and that is Tafseer of the Qur'an. So whenever you will be explaining this topic, bache, you will be needing a lot of references in order to support this topic. So far a question has not been included from this topic, but you should be prepared for it anyhow. They can give you the topic from Tafseer of Qur'an. So let's understand what does it mean and what are the different types of how tafsir takes place of the Quran in different ways. So first of all, let's see its meaning. Tafsir is taken from the word fasara, and fasara means to explain. Now explain what? In Islamic terminology, explanation is of the Quranic verses. Okay? It helps to explain the meanings, extract the legal rulings, and grasp the underlying reasons of knowledge concerning the commands of Allah. So there are verses of the Quran that after reading its translation, the Muslims are not able to grasp what the translation is about, but when they read the tafsir, they come to know the background of the ayat, the background of the translation, as well as the meaning is well understood. So in order to understand the commands of Allah in an intrinsic and detailed way, tafsir of the Quran is read. So the first way in which tafsir of the Quran is done is by Quran itself, and that is the highest form of tafsir. That's why I've written with it, it's the highest rank it possesses, Tafseerul Qur'an bil Qur'an. So Quran, being the word of Allah, is authoritative, which explains itself, its own self. Quran was revealed to the Prophet in a span of 23 years by Allah, and he explained some of the complex verses to the Prophet himself. This is known as Tafseerul Quran bil Quran, and it has the highest of the rank. So some of the verses of the Quran explains and interpret themselves. Example is the explanation of verse number 1 of Surah Al-Ma'idah, which is about the eating of certain animals, is given in the third verse of the same surah in detail. Like one verse prohibits the Muslims of not eating certain kinds of animals, and the next verse completely explains what kind of animals are not supposed to be eaten. For example, the first verse says, Surah Ma'idah verse number 1 says, "O you who believe, fulfill all contracts. Lawful for you are the animals of grazing livestock, except for that which is recited to you